you know, when the book came out, so many people were very, very excited about it. That work on, you know, spiritual enlightenment and that kind of shit. And I was happy about that, you know. And quite a few would say, how come nobody ever wrote this book before? It's because they don't know. They couldn't write that book. And then Spiritual Enlightenment Magazine. There was a magazine called Spiritual Enlightenment. That's the right name, right? Spiritual Enlightenment Magazine, I think it's called. Yeah. And the guys that wrote it, and this other thing, I don't know what it was, the website. They said, you know, if you had to be on a desert island with one book, this is the book to have. I thought that was nice. Okay, so, this is the book to have on a desert island. If you only had one book to choose. So, okay, that sounds pretty good. And then they did, and again, I could be mixing. There might be more than one group here. Okay, I'm just putting it all in this one magazine thing. But I know the magazine, anyway, they had their readership vote on the book of the year. And they voted this the book of the year. The book of the year. And they said, you know, it wasn't even close. They said it got more votes, this book got more votes than all the other books put together. I said, okay, I like that. It's nice to be appreciated, you know. You work hard. Yeah. But see, basically, I think one of the differences in, say, you know, this book or the principles or body being, etc., is I never write a book to just tell people shit or to convey my beliefs and opinions. I always write a book to try to get the reader to experience what it is that I experience in that domain, which is a challenge. But that's my whole purpose is, you know, to get people to experience what's there. And you know, I know it doesn't happen much, but it's a beginning. It's a beginning. See, people get something. They get something, and sometimes they get something quite genuine, and from time to time, deep. I think I told you about the book club at the school, and they invited me, you know, because they were allowed. My apprentices, my teachers, said one of their assignments was, you know, the apprentices was to create their own group. So their own group. They decide what they want, you know. So somebody might create a group on listening, and somebody might create a group on contemplation, or you know, whatever. So, and they create and they work on that with people. You see, and we would work together on the challenges. You know. And somebody created a group on reading the. I think it was one chapter. I think it was one chapter in the book, in the principles book. So they were working on that chapter, and they at one point invited me to come and talk. I said, okay. See, they can do whatever they want. They create whatever they want, and so they invited me. And I accepted, and so I met with them, and I said, well, what are you working on? I said, this. I said, okay. I said, I started the chapter. I spent over 2 hours talking to them, explaining and going into depth about what I meant by the first 2 sentences. The whole evening, I only got to 2 sentences. I wasn't trying to be a dick, you know what I'm saying, right like that. You know, it's just that the first sentence, just talking about it, trying to get across what the experience was, what I'm talking about here. It took, you know, an hour, and the next sentence took another hour. And by the time I'd finished those 2 sentences, it was time to go home. Okay. So, I just think that's a, you know, a useful thing to hear, because then you get maybe a different relationship to the sentences. See? You know, like maybe it contains more than you at first thought. Yeah. And there might be a sentence or two that it doesn't contain more, but most of them do.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please consider joining a workshop. They're more powerful than you think.